118 pounds, Jeff Hardy.
What is going on? It is Wednesday night, and it's slightly overbooked.
Slightly, yes.
Just slightly. And with that being said, Mr. JV.
Oh, whoa. When Paul Levesque decides to get into the kitchen, boy, can that man cook. We have been eating well last week and on Monday. Whoa, Bruce Richard, just get rid of him now. We got Wyatts. We got werewolves. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Speaking of oh my, LeftEyeEgo has abandoned his post.
Don't make it about this, okay?
I think you're on the wrong microphone.
You're on the wrong mic, dude.
It's a StreamYard thing. It's weird.
This happened last week when he popped onto Static Show because Static was running Restream and it didn't switch his mic over.
Yeah, no. There's something with StreamYard right now because quite frankly, I can't see the majority of the viewers that we have on all platforms.
Yeah,
StreamYards is doing stuff.
That's so strange. I can't imagine would there be anything going on right now that would make any social media platforms do anything weird?
No, not at all. I'm not sure. Speaking of covering stuff that makes people mad, Duke Devil, what's up, Brad?
Oh, wait, Sith happens. Canon doesn't matter. I survived Dr. Shooty. I'm surviving Acolyte. I'm well. I'm doing very well. I'm very happy. I take my meds.
Well, you need meds. Or
yeah, it's this giant glass of wine.
Drugs.
Self-medicated.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I did have a palate cleanse. I speed watched SmackDown and Raw when I got home today.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, that being said,
well, I mean, Ego's intro was playing, so I was going to ask him where he wanted to start, but
well, there's no Jade Cargill to talk about.
Well, there is because she will be on Friday. I guess we can start with Money in the Bank qualifiers because we're almost ready. We've almost got the entire slate set. That will be set on Monday on Raw. This past Friday we had 3 Money in the Bank qualifier matches, and interestingly enough, all 3 who won the match got the jobber treatment. No intro. All 3 of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I only remember. I forget who all was there. I remember Chelsea. That was it. That's all I remember.
Chelsea
right
Green. It was also Carmelo Hayes got a surprise win when he rolled up a Randy Orton, and then Andrade got a win as
That's
well.
right.
That's right. Right, and then over on the Raw side, we have Io Sky has advanced. Lyra Valkyria has advanced. Jey Uso, and he is not dead, folks. He's not dead. Chad Gable won his match.
Not dead yet. Not dead yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Real
Not
real
yet.
quick, we'll say hi to the chat. There are more people in chat than it's actually showing on the numbers. So whatever. StreamYards, do your
Right.
thing. For certain reasons, tomorrow especially, that's gonna be a good one. Matt says,
Who
prepare
cares?
for trouble. I do. That's why I stream it. And let's get ready to rumble. Eric Douglas says, somewhere Mandy Rose might go to AEW. Thoughts?
No.
Why?
There. I mean, again, Mandy Rose lives in Florida, and again, they have a very light schedule. Do I see it? I don't. I don't. I mean, why would you go to AEW? Why would you go to AEW when she makes $1 million a month on her OnlyFans account?
Exactly.
She would, but this is the question I want to highlight because, quite frankly, this is the kicker. Matt says Jade Cargill ran into Ego's office and power bombed him out a window.
Oh my God.
That's possible.
What do you think?
Is he
Matt?
okay?
And right on cue. Right on cue.
Is he hurt?
You all right?
Did he get hurt by
Ego,
this?
you all
Because
right?
that's legitimate.
Ego, you all right there?
I am suffering from heat stroke. Okay, it's the third week without air conditioning. The heat's
What the
getting to me.
fuck,
Okay,
dude?
I haven't not abandoned my bro. It's a whole thing. People calling saying I don't have accounts with these people from the warranty. Them jumping in coolant when they don't need to dump in coolant. They just diagnosed the problem yesterday, which is the same problem I told we've been having for 3 weeks. They're like, oh, the compressor doesn't work. Like, yeah, no shit. I said that 3 weeks ago. Like, we should get that fixed. I'm like,
The fuck, dude?
Yeah,
You
so
probably
it's-
should.
Yeah, where do you live, dude?
I'm in San Antonio, Texas,
Texas.
man. My boss
Come
yeah,
on,
is in my
Texas should be
ankles.
on that shit.
Yeah, it's like So I haven't abandoned my post. It's just I'm stricken by the heat. Okay, thank you,
His
Matt, for your concern.
computer's
Okay?
running and high.
Yeah, but you're slimming.
hands on.
You're slimming down. You don't have to pay for the sauna.
Wow.
Matt says Jade Cargill watched the repair of Ego's HVAC.
And the walkout. Here we go. We are starting early, folks.
She didn't even wrestle this week.
We
Oh,
are
I guess you
starting
will.
early.
Last
Well,
week.
she was-
Last
she
week.
is- Yeah, last week.
I was
Yeah, she
determined
was-
not to walk out. Okay, I was determined not to. But
So-
you got me.
This week for the qualifiers on SmackDown on Friday, we have 2 ladies qualifying matches and 1 more men's match to lock up the SmackDown side. Now for the women, we have a match between Candice LeRae, Jade Cargill, and Tiffany Stratton. Thoughts on
We know
going
who's
to
winning.
advance?
We know who's winning.
Not even fair.
Presuming that Jay does not hurt her, Tiffany Stratton advances.
Yeah, it's going to be Tiffany.
I would agree.
But I mean,
Now-
there's always a car wreck on the horizon for Jade.
Right. And that's my whole point. I mean, do you really, let's say hypothetically, someone got a wild hair up their ass and decided that Jade goes over. Do you want Jade in a ladder match with 5 other people?
Oh God,
No.
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 Wait, it's gonna be a ladder match?
Yeah, it's Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
Money in the
Ladder
yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot. Money
Yeah,
in
it's
the
a
Bank
ladder
is a ladder match. I was just thinking. I didn't equate the.
I mean,
That's right.
Brad was too
Really
stuck on the
want-
fact that he's like, holy shit. Like,
so and then-
I was thinking TLC type matches, and I forgot that there's a ladder naturally involved. It's just not
Right,
called a
right.
ladder match.
Right. So
Right.
the other ladies match on SmackDown will be Naomi versus Blair Davenport in her first main roster TV match, and Indy Hartwell. Thoughts on that?
So if it's Blair's first match,
Mhm.
I don't think she's going over. I think she's going to get a
Okay.
good showing.
Okay.
I would think just for the the purposes of having some solid experience in the ring, I would go with Naomi.
Correct. That's where my
Yeah.
thought goes to, because Indy is not as bad as Jade, but she's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then the other men's match is kind of a who cares match. We have Logan Paul, LA Knight, and Santos Escobar.
Santos is going.
Personally, I think I would like to see Santos because I think the
I think
feud
it's LA
between
Knight.
I think I could definitely see LA Knight going over just to fuel that heat between him and Logan Paul.
Yep.
But do I think LA Knight is going to win the Money in the Bank? No.
I don't think so either.
He doesn't need to. Not for him and
Right.
not for him and Logan Paul.
Right. And so then on Raw, we have one more women's qualifying match, which is interesting because we get a segment involving Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy, where Otis stuck to his guns and said, "We're done." Chad's alone for like 5 seconds, turns around, and there's the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile, and saying, "Are you okay?" And Chad's like, "No, I'm not okay. I need help." Obvious reasons. We then get this match announced: Dakota Kai versus Zoe Stark versus Ivy Nile. Found that interesting. So thoughts on that?
Did his audio drop out for anybody else other than me?
A little bit. For a
Yes.
second, it came
All
back.
right. I mean, it wasn't bad. I was just making sure because again, StreamYard seems to be having weird issues lately, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't.
Yeah.
I knew where I could hear. I heard where he's going. I'm just not feeling anything about this match, honestly.
I'm not either.
Okay, so
I mean,
for one, you already have EO in there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if Dakota goes over, okay, that's an angle that you can use, but they've already done that angle last year.
mhm.
So, and plus, if Dakota does not go over, it's still now you still continue that storyline of the cracks inside of damage control. Zoe Stark, again, who cares? I don't see it. I just don't. I mean, she's been attached to Shayna Baszler, who frankly has more airtime on NXT than she does on Raw. So I would not be surprised if the muscle hamster goes over. And then the men's side, we get this match for free. We get Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and Ilya Dragunov.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, that
But
sounds
we already
like
had a PLE quality match this week on Raw. Although I think if I'm going to pick someone there, and again, thinking that the Money in the Bank is about enhancing talent, it's going to be Dragunov.
I would tend to agree with that, and I would like to think that. However, because of the storyline, it's Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Drew McIntyre is going over that match. Now the question will be:
Where's Raw taking place?
Raw
Toronto?
this week?
Oh, no. Wrong,
It's going to be
wrong.
in. It's going to be in. It's going to be in Austin.
Oh,
Trying to figure out how far of a drive it is from Boston to Chicago.
Because SmackDown is in a MSG this week.
Yeah, I'm just doing how long of a drive it would take for someone who maybe lives in Chicago to get to Boston to cause some problems.
I
It's like
don't.
12 hours, probably.
I don't think CM Punk would be causing problems in Boston. He would cause problems in Toronto. So,
Okay.
just
It's a
my
15-hour
thoughts there.
drive, yeah.
So, who do we? My personal pick of who's going to win Money in the Bank. I have been on record numerous times. Tiffany Stratton is winning the women's side. The addition of Chelsea Green, she's Canadian, makes me like, okay, I could see a slight because she is that Weasley conniving, snivelly heel character. She would be great with that briefcase. But I think it's tailor-made for Tiffany Stratton, and I think Drew wins.
Yeah.
Wins the men's side. Anyone
I have a
else
quick question.
Have,
Do you
have thoughts?
do you feel about like this about all Canadians, or they're all sniveling? I'm joking.
No.
I kid.
Just Chelsea Green.
Only prime ministers who wear blackface.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's fair. That's fair.
No. I gotta be honest. I'm not massively overly excited about Money in the Bank. I feel like this one's a smidgen of a letdown. If you want my opinion, I think the men's is more exciting.
Wait a minute. Wait. Is Ricochet in the upper left there?
Is that
Ricochet? Did you say Ricochet?
Wow. That's
Yes, it is.
Ricochet.
Is it
I
Ricochet?
thought you said Ricochet. I thought you said Ricochet too.
Well. That's also. I think that's also last year's. No. It's
Oh,
not, but then again, that's weird because there's also AJ Styles, there's Bianca, there's The Miz.
That's,
So, I mean,
is that last
weird.
year's?
I mean, the
I
date
don't know
says
if
the
it's
17th of this year.
Why would you use? Yeah.
Awful.
I don't know.
It's terrible.
No one is
This is
editing
literally
their
from-
copy anymore.
No, because YouTubers have to edit their thumbnails in real time to where loser shill sites, they're just like going, whatever, I'll just like throw something out. So no, that's why.
Scroll down a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to see the men again.
All right, so the men. This is actually who was defeated.
Right.
Okay, that's why I was confused. I was trying to figure out the names. I didn't see them on there. Okay, that's why I was confused.
Ironically, hold on. I'll. It's like the first article that popped up. It was the who was defeated when we were talking about that, but we quickly I'll get into the
I actually kind of agree with Joker in the sense of Chelsea Green would be a good person to hold because I think her character work would definitely allow for it. But
yes,
I think from the prospect of really promoting talent who they're trying to bring up, I think Tiffany Stratton also has a good character. Maybe not the experience that Chelsea has, but she's already built a good character. And for where they need her to go, she would be the logical person to win Money in the Bank on the women's side.
So who then would? Okay, no, I forget. No one has to eat a pen because it's Money in the Bank. I get that actually helps too because no one's ego is bruised or harmed for that. So yeah, you know, I think the Canadian's going to win this if that's the way that it can go because no one's stock takes a hit in a Money in the Bank.
It's going to be Tiffany.
The winning Money in the Bank.
They're going to start. Joker's right. They're going to start.
I will say that. I will say this: if she doesn't win it, does she take a hit?
Yes.
At all.
This hurts her.
Oh,
by not winning Money in the Bank. As far as she's pushed.
This match.
If someone homegrown from Canada wins Money in the Bank,
this match is tailor made for her. It's tailor made for her
because I should just run down for me.
Okay, because of the type of athlete Tiffany Stratton is, and this is a ladder match, so you're going to get a lot of aerial stuff. Again, this is tailor made for her, and plus she has said in an interview, a WWE sanctioned interview that she would love to win Money in the Bank because she would love to decorate that briefcase, make it pink and sparkly. Again, these things are not said for just throwaway lines. That is a scripted line.
I don't know, man.
Now, Chelsea Green as a character would work well. However, based on what I think is going to happen, and again, I'm thinking I'm thinking long term here. And if I could put on my little prognosticator hat here, I think that the Bayley is going to lose the title to Nia Jax at SummerSlam.
Ooh.
And then when Nia Jax is beginning to gloat, the Queen of the Ring is going to be met by a returning from injury Queen, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte is looking good in her training. You can see she's getting good mobility going. So then this sets up. I'm going to guess at, again, I'm just guessing here, setting up at Survivor Series, Nia Jax versus Charlotte. Charlotte goes over, which now gives her a 15th title, one away from her dad. Tiffany Stratton cashes in, becomes the champion, and this sets up Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. That's a box office match.
She cashes in to beat her, or just cashes in for the match?
To beat her.
Like right after her match, or like head up?
Yeah. Okay, this is not going to be
right.
This is not okay. This is not going to be a la Seth Rollins.
Okay.
The heist of the century.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't see how her being pushed this hard and being, I don't know if you're doing a ranking system of women's champions. I'm guessing she's number 2 ranked, if you have to rank the women in terms of like contenders for the championship. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm saying
right
like,
now,
hey, go ahead.
Okay, right now the number 1 contender is Nia Jax.
Okay, I'm just saying that, and Bayley's a champ. So I'm just saying that
Correct.
I don't see how she would need Money in the Bank if she's like, hey, you're number 2 contender. If Nia wins, you're next up. I know it's a gimmick. It's just, if you're as good as you say is, I don't think you need the gimmick if you're saying you're going to beat her head up.
And it's the storytelling. It enhances her character. It enhances her character as the spoiled bratty incest.
I would take the sniveling, conniving Canadian over that. If you are the bratty princess, you demand the match. I'm just saying you demand your match, and you go through all the people you have to do to get it, injuring or whatever be damned, instead of saying, oh, I have this bedazzled pink case, I will cash it in. I would expect the gimmick to be for someone that actually needs it, and I don't think she needs it. If she's that athletic and she's that talented on the mic and she's got that much goddamn charisma, you don't need the Money in the Bank. That's what I'm saying. But
I am so glad you do not. I am so glad you do not. You do not. You do. You do not. You do not. You do not book man at your ego. I love you, man. I love you.
It would be blockbuster if I did them. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It would have some finesse. Okay, there would be intrigue and mystery. Half the time, what the hell is happening? The other time, I would do it just so Joker's was exactly right. An in-ring stroke from JV is all that I was like, you know what? I can quit my job now. I've done what I needed to do. What? JV had a stroke. Just it's like, I knew what I saw it all along. I did it on purpose. I want chaos. I crave it.
Oh boy. Okay,
I love you, Jay-Z.
so I love you. I love you too, man. You're wrong, but that's fine. So right here we got Io, Lyra, and Chelsea. Io, love Io, love her to death, but she is not the winning back-to-back years. That's not going to happen.
No,
So
agreed.
we're gonna get Tiffany, probably Naomi, and I'm guessing. I'm just gonna guess and say Ivy Nile. That's just my guess. On on the men's side, we got two more that will be Drew McIntyre, and I would like to see Santos Escobar there because that's a good match. Now I could also see Chad Gable winning this as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, the thing I'm wondering is if Drew gets in there, does he need it? I don't know that he needs the briefcase.
Okay.
The only reason I would say that he doesn't need it, but they'd probably put him in there is because he kind of got got jobbed in a sense by CM Punk. It would give him a contract to cash in after he which he already beat the holy snot out of CM Punk, so maybe after CM Punk, eventually their rivalry comes to an end, that Drew McIntyre could cash it.
Rivalry is going. That rivalry's going.
Oh no, it's going.
That's going.
It's going.
That's going to WrestleMania.
No. It's not over. I don't mean over.
Okay.
It'd be interesting if Drew won, and then of course he ends up winning at some point before, and then CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre for the belt, because the again, as you said, bad blood continues to flow.
Okay, so
I'd buy that.
Here is why I think Drew is going over and going to win. Because Drew has said that because 2 of his 3 title reigns have ended because of cash-ins. He hates money in the bank, and he has been a hypocrite on a great many things. So to enter and win and use it just furthers this. I'm in Drew's mind. I'm the good guy. I'm actually doing the right thing. So this could help. This could help keep that story, keep this persona going. Now for Chad, if they decide to change the rules, because they did it one time and it was a bust because it was under Vince when they had Austin Theory jump in as participant number 7, was in the ring for like 30 seconds, climbed up and claimed the contract. Well, then he cashed in on Seth Rollins, who at the time was the United States champion. Reason being because at the time the 2 brand champions was Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, and they were on a collision course to unify the titles at the WrestleMania. So you can't cash in on either of those guys. So could they change the rules and let Chad cash in on, say, Sami Zayn to get the Intercontinental Championship? That's possible.
Why not? I mean, it doesn't specify it has to be like the WWE champion. It could be any champion.
Correct.
What if they cashed in on? Oh, well, here's a wacky thing. What if? Because I'm a progressive type person. What if whoever wins the Money in the Bank decides to cash in on the women's championship belt? because they identify.
That's never going to happen.
Hilarious.
And we bring in a
Hilarious.
whole group of people that have not been part of WWE.
He's fired.
Hilarious.
Get him out. You're out.
You know what? I got to be honest. I agree with JB. Sorry, Brad. It's good to have you, man, on creative. You had some great ideas, but you really fell off in the end. And quite frankly, we don't discriminate against the LGBTQ plus IA community.
Have I started talking about Star Trek yet?
No,
no, please don't.
Okay. So we also have a match that was announced on Friday. We are getting that six-man tag. We are getting that six-man tag match between Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline. Now, which three are going to show up? Who knows? Because we got 4 of them now.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is we're gonna. I think we're going to get Solo, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa, and Jacob is going to be held off for now reserve because frankly, Jacob Fatu in 3 minutes on Friday outshined everybody in the Bloodline.
They booked the hell out of that segment.
Whoa!
I mean, that was just like, that was a fucking wrecking ball. I mean, dude just like blew through everybody.
Yep.
And
real quick, Matt.
I'm sorry. Yes, and there are rumors of that. Hikuleo, the other son of Haku, the legit 6'7" Tongan, has signed, and Zilla Fatu is going to be working with a East Coast based indie promotion called House of Glory, which is also where Jacob worked last. I believe that's where Jacob worked last. So
while we're talking about the Bloodline and Jacob Fatu, literally, I mean, it was just like expertly done. It was just like, perfectly done.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what also I really thought was perfectly done? Our hostage videotape by Paul Heyman.
Oh God. Oh
yeah, that was done well.
My heart breaks for Paul. He is selling this thing so well.
Anyone who thought that Paul Heyman was done after Roman was gone, this just shows what a talent Paul Heyman is on the mic and why the WWE needs him. I mean, just him coming out and look, you're in Chicago. Everyone knows Paul Lee and CM Punk. And he goes, "Take me with you." It was just like, I laughed and cried at the same time. I was like,
yes.
Oh, dude, you're just killing it.
And
perfect.
The "We Want Roman" chants getting even louder, louder. And then
backstage stuff.
Well, it may have been on the East Coast. It may have been on the East Coast because it wasn't dubbed out. But you heard "fuck you" Solo chants in Chicago.
Okay, when I was watching, because I was watching on Hulu today, it was dubbed out, and I'm like, "What are they saying?" You know what they're saying, because Chicago don't hold back.
By the way, when they dub stuff out, stop it. Just stop it.
Okay.
Stop silencing the audience. Sorry.
Well, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that when they move over to Netflix, are they?
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm glad. I'm glad did you ask that, because Paul Levesque was on the Pat McAfee show on the Monday, and he said that Netflix is a whole new animal. It's because it's streaming, because it's not a network. It's not a network it's not network TV. It doesn't really fall under the FCC guidelines. So
Mhm.
no, they're not. So no, they're not going to. They're
Good.
not going to. They are not going to dub the crowd out. And as we saw earlier today, Drew McIntyre on his personal X account was doing a promo, and he was dropping a few F-bombs as well.
Nice. Okay, good.
Outstanding.
So the PG era is officially over. Thank God.
Yeah.
But what about the
Fucking-
children?
I don't give a
Fuck
shit
the
about the
kids.
children. Don't let them fucking watch it. Fuck your kids.
They're going to learn the words anyway soon enough. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
Right,
well, kids.
exactly.
I'm sorry. Kids learn so much from this little thing right here that it's
Oh my God. The kids today know
So-
way much more than I knew as a kid at that age.
exactly.
So okay, so we've mentioned the bloodline. And so last week we had 2 debuts of very violent, destructive forces. Who's scarier, the Wyatts or Jacob?
I'm
I'm
going
going to go
Wyatt.
Jacob.
Ego.
Going Jacob.
I'm gonna go Wyatt's just because their wrestling hands are rated E for everyone. And because there's
Okay.
6 of them, it can be anybody, any moment, anytime. I don't know if Matt said this or Eric, but I think they're right that you should put Jade in that group, be a destroyer, and in the meantime go back to
Oh,
the
that's
Performance
interesting.
Institute. I don't. It was. I'm taking credit for saying it. I think it was either Eric or Matt that said it, and that's a really good idea. Like, be a part of 6 people to learn how to work spacing, the choreography, your spots, and you don't have to be on the mic. You're wearing a mask, like, so you don't have to
Okay.
use your
Left
mic
eye.
skills.
So,
left eye.
like
Left eye. Left eye. Left eye.
Yes, sir.
Put the Jade down.
What?
Put the Jade down. Throw her away.
I was.
Toss her.
I want you to do this.
It's over. It's done.
I'll put it. I'll do this.
It's
I'll do
done.
this. You put Tiffany Stratton away, and I will put Jade away.
Watch.
Oh, that's not a
She
fair
has talent.
comparison. That's not
not
a
what
fair
I- that's-
comparison.
Here we go.
I said what I said. I said what I said. Okay.
She
The
has
minute you
talent.
put it down, I'll put it down.
So
You put it
let
down.
me tell you why I think I'm saying Jacob right now more than the Wyatts, because the Wyatts
I
are
agree with
primarily
Brad.
performative at this point. We have not seen them in ring. We saw Jacob Fatu come in ring and lay waste in ring. What we've seen from the Wyatts was a production, which was good.
Mhm.
I mean,
Very
it
good.
was really good. It brought an aura back that we have not seen for a bit. It brought back the spirit of Bray Wyatt, which I think is a good thing. I think there's something there. I'm now concerned though, and I said last week, remember I was concerned about the supernatural, and I'm a little concerned that they're going that way, even though they said they wouldn't. But I think at this point, Jacob Fatu is the shark in the water.
Mhm. Because so Jacob too, and Brad, I completely agree. The Wyatts from a presentation side was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But they have yet to perform in ring. Eventually, they're going to have to perform it in ring in a 3.
It was a great trailer.
Yes. In 3 minutes, Jacob took out 3 of the biggest baby faces in the company. One of them is considered one of the best of all time. The other one is the current WWE champion and the face of the company. Did it in 3 minutes with just brute violence. That spear he hit Randy with, oh dear God, the speed, and just like
He's a middle-aged
Ryan
man. Don't do that. Don't do that to Randy.
Don't do that. Exactly. Don't do
So
that.
It's
so
Village
and
Man.
just like Ryan said last week, the impressiveness of one Rick Steiner's son is his speed. Jacob has that type of speed as well.
I made a note about Braun Breaker.
You made a what?
Oh, did you?
An oat?
I made a note when I was watching tonight.
A note. I think you said an oat.
Okay.
I had an oat. Maybe my mic.
Brad became Canadian.
Put that
What are you
star
talking
away.
about?
Put the shield
What are you talking
away.
about?
Put the shield away. Captain Canada. Over here. Put the shield away.
I don't know if this is like the first time I've actually heard Braun Breaker talk at length, but his voice doesn't fit his physique. His voice doesn't fit his character. Okay, I thought it was just me.
Like Brock Lesnar. Kind of like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
No.
I just feel like it should be coarser or heavier or more bass. It was just a little too light for I don't know if he needs to do something. Just didn't work.
But have you also noticed that Braun is getting over with the crowd? They're barking like crazy. And just 2 weeks ago, he put Ricochet through a windshield. Just 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
The guy looks like freaking steel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, look at his face. Look at it. I mean, look at Sammy. Sammy's having a like this man will like murder you and your family and eat your car.
I would just like to say this. Braun is bringing the goatee back, so shout out to him. It was long thought to be lame.
This guy.
Not anymore. Oh yeah, Jake Cargill fan, go sit down. Appreciate you.
So look at that furrowed brow. I mean,
and I would give a prediction on this, but I've been wrong on everything Sami Zayn for a while, so I'm just not. I'm not going to make a prediction.
Well, that's not fair. You have to come on now.
Okay,
come on, bro.
You can be Nostradamus. You can be Rongodamus. Be one of them.
I would like to see. The easy pick is Braun. I don't see it happening. Not yet. Not yet.
No.
What about a DQ finish?
That could work.
I could see that. Yeah, Braun going way too far and getting the DQ, and Sammy wins.
Because then I don't think anyone is hurt, and it keeps Braun's mystique alive. It may be too early to give him the belt, but you can't take the fact that he's like a new monster.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Braun Strowman is the monster anymore. I think this guy's the monster.
I don't either. Yeah, you're right.
Right. I mean, the Braun Strowman is more of a. I mean, to be completely honest, I wondered why they brought him back, because he's been a comedic act at this point.
That's what he should be.
Show. Well, it's a big show. I'm just saying.
Big show. You're right, dude.
I'm seeing literal comparisons, and that sucks. The Big Show was done dirty, by the way.
Yeah,
Paul White.
A lot of
he's
folks
not a
were
bad
done
dude.
dirty.
A lot of dudes done dirty.
I think maybe it would have been fine to let him, towards the end of his career, transition towards a more comedic role, because that kind of guy, his physicality, I mean, he was hurting at the end. Is he still hurting? He couldn't do the things he used to do. So let him do stuff, but as a more comedic role.
I mean, but
and he's a funny dude.
How much more comedic? God, they dressed him up in a diaper for a sumo match at the WrestleMania, and then he got knocked out by Floyd Mayweather Jr. too. I mean, come on.
That was awful.
I'm just saying they should not have done it when they did it. They should have waited towards the end of his career. because if
Yeah.
you can't perform at a certain level and you could still like entertain, just have
Yeah.
him be that role. I mean, R-Truth is kind of R-Truth is a total comedic act.
Correct.
And that works for him
Fans
and
love
what he
him.
does now. I mean, he's what, 52 years old or something?
Yeah.
52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
52, 54, something like that.
So, I mean, that's fine for that guy. And the fact that he goes out there and puts on a show and still is physical is great, but he's not going to be able to do the work. He can't do Braun Breaker work. Give me a break. What's Braun Breaker? 28, 30? What?
Less than that, I think. Like 26, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's transitioning towards your retirement. And you've done all your great stuff. And just like, I can still be entertaining and have fun doing it and earn my paycheck and then decide where I want to go. And I kind of feel like that's what they should be doing with Braun Strowman, because that dude's been hurt a lot. He was on the shelf a lot. And ever since he left the Wyatts, he was 24.
Okay,
Jesus
Braun
Christ.
Jeez.
Wow. Talk about a future. Jeez. 2 best call-ups.
As long as that
2
man stays
best call-ups.
healthy. Oh, man.
Right. The call-ups for that the money making the potential for the call-up of Braun Breaker and Tiffany Stratton could pay huge dividends down the line.
I think
Fair.
Sammy's
Just saying.
42. Sammy's got to be almost
He's in his
40.
40s.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 39.
Oh.
Oh, he'll be 40 in 2 weeks.
Okay, so right after the money, right after the money in the bank. Nice.
Yep. So there's another guy who's, look, let's be fair. When you're in your 40s, and Ryan has seen people wrestle, obviously, and wrestled himself. Once you hit that 40, not even wrestling. When you hit that 40 mark, you start feeling the change.
When you hit 35, it hurts.
Yeah.
It's like
As I crack my back right now.
Yeah. You're literally causing okay, this is the best way to put it. I trained with again at NXT. Barbie Blank, as you all know her as her real name is Kelly. I'm sorry, other way. Kelly. The first time she took a bump, she cried. She cried for 5 minutes because it hurt. It hurts to take yourself and fling it on the floor. I mean, later on in life, if you ever, fall down, you learn to fall with style, as I used to call it. But no, it hurts, and it screws your back up. You're rolling to the right. When you take a bump, you roll to the right or left, so you're putting pressure on body points that eventually fail, elbows, knees, stuff like that. It's a hard life, and you do it week after week after week after week, and it's multiple times a week. So
I bet, yeah.
I remember Jerome Bettis right after he retired talking about how he would have to pace himself just for Sunday. Like he'd go all out on Sunday, and then like he'd be dead for 2 days. He couldn't do anything for 2 days, and they had to work himself back up to get to that position. And Bettis was one of the best running backs of all time. He's outstanding running back, but the amount of work, and that's once a week for 16 to 18 weeks. Now these wrestlers every week.
I'd like to shout out probably the 2 most prominent wrestlers to have done it well into their late 40s, possibly early 50s. The Undertaker and Kane. These guys worked and worked and worked and worked, and they were one of the best gimmicks, opposite of each other, but also collaborative, of all time. Like it's not even close. Like you look at the
And
Undertaker, and he still looks like he can kind of put it down. But you look at Kane, Glenn Jacobs, dude is still like is almost at fighting weight. And
Well, he's fighting politics. You got to be ready.
well, not in the same way. No, but
Oh, he wants to throw some punches. You know he does now and then.
well, you can see too that and I'll allude to this that Brock Lesnar said the only person to ever beat him, be stronger than him in the ring, because the guys behind the scenes had an arm wrestling match, was Kane, Glenn Jacobs, and in his at 54, I think he's 54, he is still huge.
he's a big guy.
Yeah.
So
He's a
no,
big guy.
yeah, so shout out to the fact that like these guys take punishment after punishment after punishment. You do it right,
And it's
you're probably gonna come out on the latter side of less issues. Then you have Hulk Hogan, who
Yeah.
lost.
As we
Right.
talked about last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's not only that they do this once a week. They have house shows too. They have house shows.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They have live
true.
events. So it's a lot. And there are some folks that are on multiple shows. So you got folks who go down to NXT and then a house show and then a SmackDown or a Raw. This is a grind.
And you know what?
Now
When I started watching, I mean, as a kid, you watch wrestling and you're just like, oh, it's wrestling. But when you start like watching it and understanding the people who get involved, I gained a whole new level of respect because they're committed to a certain lifestyle.
Mhm.
It's like, I don't want to say carnival performers, but when you were in a carnival, you went from town to town to town and you put on your show. These guys put on a show. And they put on an
Right.
athletic show, and they have to be conditioned to do that all the time. And you have to be in that mindset. So when someone says, "Oh, wrestling's so fake," I said, "Yes, it's scripted, but don't think these guys aren't taking their bumps. Don't think they're not getting hurt. They're doing this because they love to entertain people, and that's why I respect it. I respect the psychology behind it.
Also, at the same time, it started at carnivals. That's
true.
where
Yeah,
professional wrestling
it's
came
spot
from.
on. It's spot on.
Mhm. Yeah.
So no, the grind, as it's called, and we talk about the grind on YouTube. It is you do it, and even when you're burnt out, you might take a day,
do it.
and then you do it again. That's wrestling. That is professional wrestling. It
And
is.
they do it
You
because they
hurt.
love it.
Yes, you hurt the next day, and then you still go to the gym, and then
Mhm.
you know what? You go in
Mhm.
and you get bounced around again. The first time I ever stood in a WWE ring, I was like going, "Okay, I can do this, right?" I've been lifting the weights. I'm in good shape. I went too fast, and they're like going, everybody goes too fast. I almost Ralphed in the middle of a NXT ring because I went way too fast. I gassed myself within 4 minutes, and I was like,
Oh wow.
"Huh?" You get because your body, you get the saliva at the back of your and it's like
I mean, and like you've done, Ryan, you've done that. I've never done that, but I'm like, when I just do my own exercise, I'm like, oh God, I'm getting to the end. Like, I don't know if I can do it, but I'm like, these guys, the amount of cardio, the amount of energy expenditure, and when someone like suddenly blows up in the middle of the match, like, dude, I understand why you're doing that, and like just normal exercise, the amount of physicality these people put into this performance is amazing.
That and you're going up against different body types,
was my
different strengths. Yeah.
yeah. That was my most embarrassing moment because at the time I was 6'4". I'm always 6'4". But I was about 240 pounds, and literally in the middle of the ring, I was like, huh.
You'll shrink a little bit once the spine compresses when you get older.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, I was like going, I was kind of like going, it happened twice, just two gags, but I was like, Jesus, I hope nobody saw. Nobody said
Oh,
anything.
they saw.
Maybe yeah, they fucking saw. Because I was
Well,
like,
the thing is, that they also were in the same position as you at some point.
yeah,
Right. And
all right.
even the way that these guys train now. I mean, I saw little Ivy Nile, again, the muscle hamster, and at her gym, she is doing pull-ups. She has a chain around her waist, and she's got like two 35-pound weights hanging off of that chain. She's just going, and I'm like, God damn, that girl has muscles in places I do not have aces. Just saying. Now there was one other match.
It'd be called their vagina, but sure.
Well,
I'm kidding.
There
I'm sorry.
was one more match. There's one more match here, and that is the match that was announced last week. Seth Rollins has accepted Damian Priest's invite to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this is interesting because so good. Just a good dose of, just a good little dose in the arm, right to when we all needed it. I could see this match going either way because, again, I made picks of who is gonna start the year as the champions on each brand. I'm gonna get a few wrong. I'm just saying. No matter who comes out of this match, they're not getting past Gunther at SummerSlam. Gunther will be your world champion going into next year.
I actually agree with that.
Long title run.
That's why I'm thinking Seth Rollins.
See, I'm actually thinking Damian Priest.
I can't see it, man.
Okay, here's the thing, because both of them are basically a face. I mean, yes, Damian is technically still part of a heel faction, but he's gonna get ousted very soon. And it's because
I think him losing will destroy will end Judgment, or his involvement with what's Liv's Judgment Day.
Right. Liv and Finn's Judgment Day, correct.
Yeah, at this point.
Oh, did someone have a pass card?
Yeah. Couple things.
Hmm.
And so either one
Balor's married.
Either one going into SummerSlam is going in as a face. So, and again, Seth Rollins said, "Okay, if Damian Priest wins, I can never challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship so long as Damian Priest is champion." Okay, I will set my watch for 6 weeks. I'll set my watch for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
fair.
I don't buy it. I think this is lame, frankly.
It sounds like it's complicating things, but I guess whatever to enhance the drama, I guess.
I mean, but then again,
I mean,
now you would definitely have to put now because you have this match here, the men's Money in the Bank match is going to be the first match of this event. And then you have this match later, because if Drew McIntyre wins, he has promised to cash in that night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's true. It's very true. I'll say this. Does anybody actually really care about this one?
That's kind of what I was trying to lean for. I'm just like, I don't really have.
I do.
Damian Priest. We've said it before. Damian Priest is a placeholder.
Who do you think is a placeholder for them? Do you think he's a placeholder for Seth? In
No,
this case,
I think you're right. I think it's Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you don't want it to
But-
change hands before Gunther gets his hands on it.
But in my opinion, the
But
fact that
it
Damian
doesn't matter.
Priest held it, and if Seth actually wins, it'll quote mean more because Seth came back, the triumphant return, and then of course Gunther beats him ultimately. In my opinion,
Do you think it's too much of Seth rushing back with barely a storyline though to lose? to
No,
Damian
he doesn't
Priest?
need a
He's storyline.
storyline.
Doesn't
He's
he?
Seth
he doesn't
Rollins.
need
It says he's Seth freaking Rollins.
he doesn't need a storyline. Damian Priest is boring. He's
Yes.
boring.
That's what I'm saying. Like you lose to the boring guy though. That's what I'm saying, like,
you
lose to the boring guy?
you lose to the Midnight Choke Slam, which is kind of like I
South
don't
of
know.
Heaven.
It sounds like gay. Whatever. South of Heaven.
South of Heaven.
Sounds like a
thing.
sounds like a gay allegory. They're going,
It
"You
doesn't
wanna
like an
meet- you wanna
illicit.
meet
It
me
sounds
south
like a
of
sexual
heaven?"
act. It doesn't like a sexual act.
Oh,
Alright?
I'm
just
gonna
sucks.
use that the next time I'm on a stream with Jeremy. So
I look nothing against the person who plays Damian Priest. I don't give a shit what his name is. His act sucks. He sucks, and he's like 6'7".
6'5".
his promos aren't
Fine.
good.
He's 6'5".
that-
No,
Yeah.
go away, go away.
Hi, I'm 6'2". I'm 6 foot tall.
Ugh.
I am totally not.
God, I'm 6'4". I'm an inch shorter, and I had a better gimmick than he does. It sucks. He's boring. He has
His promos are not
dreadlocks
the greatest.
with
Oh
Fucking-
God! Now I have to go
fucking
back and change my
rainbows.
list for later on.
yeah, me too.
I think I have to change my
Okay.
list now. Shit.
Dean, well, we
Okay, so speaking of,
it's time.
do you want to go in? Do you want to go into worst
Well, I-
champions?
I
I
need.
do.
Okay.
I need a break before we go.
Okay.
So again, hold on real quick.
Talk about Liv.
So real quick, we're gonna clarify. So 5 is the least worst, 1 is the worst.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, we had some issues with that last week. Matt says which Matt should be joining us, right? Soon?
Yes.
Damien.
Matt, I just sent you the link. So, Ryan, I'm going to take a cancer break. Why don't you explain to Ego why he needs to stop the Jade and Jey Uso love?
Wow, that was. Why am I catching strays while you leave? This is could have talked to anybody about what things to drop, and it's just me and Jay.
Wait. Hold on. I have something for that.
You guys suck.
Suck. All right. Hold on. Let's not pile on Ego and why Jade sucks. She's tall. She has nice abs.
Thank you.
She wrestles like she's got rocks in her butthole.
And there it is, guys.
I'm
That's why I
kidding.
can't trust- That's why I have trust issues. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
That's all right. So why are you a Jey Uso fan?
I just think
Currently for this position going
Mhm.
forward with
it's fun. Okay. Damn it, my pen. Go ahead.
Okay, well I'll just bring on Matt.
Yeah,
who's
my
gonna
bad. Keep going. keep
Hey
going.
Matt.
Hey,
who
I
will
will
actually
clarify.
talk?
I am not a Lame Event Jey Uso fan. So there we go.
All right, well Matt coming and doing God's work.
Yes.
The fuck is wrong with your shit, dude?
Oh, everything, man. Go. Keep going. Keep talking. I'll be all right.
Jay
All right,
just
then.
dragged him under the desk. It's like, get out of here, man.
I wish he was hiding under the desk.
I don't think
You can't
just for the
box
record,
out.
dude, I don't think she hawked to us.
She doesn't, and even if she did, this shit right here would scare me. So it's fair. It's fair.
Isn't it like every 3 years some new woman on the internet finds some way to like go further down the downward spiral of sexual embarrassment?
Yeah,
I love
pretty
it,
much.
but
Hey,
happy
she
for it,
named
but, like-
one. She named one person for who the Haktua special. His name is Pookie. She just said, "Hey, it's him." That's all I'm saying. She didn't say just in general you Haktua everybody. She said there's only one I want. His name is Pookie. That's all I'm saying. I'm mad that no one's found out who Pookie is and say you lucky motherfucking bastard. That's all I'm saying. Okay, everyone just making fun of her and she lost her job. She's a preschool teacher.
No,
I guess I get it.
She
but-
actually didn't lose her job. No.
Oh, she
That
didn't?
was
Okay,
debunked.
she should not. She's educating the masses. Okay, she said that's how you keep a man.
Who the fuck
Haktua,
is
Spit on
Pookie?
that thing.
I
That's
somehow-
who she said it was. That's who she said at the beginning. She said, "There's only one I want. His name is Pookie. I love you." Then she says Haktua. So she's
Sounds
talking
like-
about Pookie, and we have not even
Sound-
tried to find out.
Are we
who
on
Pookie
Haktua,
is.
girl?
Yes.
Well, yeah, we're filling
Everyone's
in.
saying it's degeneracy. I'm saying she is spreading a message. She's educating these ladies. It's how you keep a man.
No,
No,
And
no,
she said
no,
it was
I
no.
for-
guarantee-
Hold
She
on,
said
hold
for
on.
one man, his name is Pookie. I love you. She said at the beginning of that video. Everyone says Haktua, but she said, "Hey, Pookie, I love you."
Ego.
That's what she was talking about. What?
Did BLM write this sentence for you? This statement? Because
No.
quite frankly, we were talking about the fact that you were digging under your desk, and
No.
that's how we got the Haktua girl. We thought maybe
said she
Jay
wished I
Cargo
was.
was Haktuaing you.
No, no. I would be afraid if she did some shit like this because I don't know what's gonna happen. She feels like she's trying to Haktua my asshole, and I don't do that stuff. I'm not into butt stuff.
Yes.
That's
I
beyond the
guarantee
point.
you, somewhere in indie wrestling, there's a female wrestler who's calling herself Haktua Girl now. I guarantee you.
Oh,
Oh
guaranteed.
yeah,
I'm okay.
absolutely.
I'm okay with that.
That's the next MCU character, Haktua.
I'm
Also,
okay
at the
with
same
that.
time,
All right.
what drug dealer doesn't call themselves Pookie?
Actually, more than you would think. More than you think. It's a terrible name to have. Terrible nickname. All I'm saying is I have yet to see an investigation into who Pookie is. Okay.
That's your job,
JB's
Ego.
face is-
She mentioned
JB's
him
face
Wasn't
by
is like,
name.
this is what
Garfield's
happens when I
toy?
leave.
Huh?
Okay. So, are we ready?
Yeah,
Hold on,
we're
I'm making
ready.
a change.
That's all I'm
Now I'm
saying,
making a
guys.
change.
Oh, calling in audible. All right.
I called an audible.
All right. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me bring
3,
up my
2,
edit.
1.
Hold on.
Wait,
I'm
I'm sorry.
Whoa. I didn't know we were doing a reveal. Hold on. I thought we were ready to get started. Hold on.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
no, dude. You didn't describe what we're doing.
That's
Okay,
what I was waiting
this is
for.
our
I was waiting
top
for the
5
introduction.
top 5 worst WWE, WWF World Heavyweight Champions. There is no IC belts. There's no US Championships. There's no tag championships. If you want to include WCW, go right ahead. Obviously,
It's the big belt, the main belt.
right
Okay.
main championship.
So anyone who won the belt, you're saying?
The belt.
Correct.
Anybody who
Love it.
won the World Wrestling Federation, the World Heavyweight Championship, the Undisputed Championship,
Right. All of that.
None of the minors. The big dog belt.
yes.
Speaking of big dog, right here.
Oh wow. I'm gonna reveal because I just wrote mine in. I'm ready to reveal.
I'm ready
Okay.
to reveal now.
I reveal.
I just
Let's-
wanted clarification for the
I am
chat.
too. I've
Yep.
been ready.
Okay.
But yeah.
Just before you
And
reveal.
reveal.
Okay, reveal us.
Wait,
I
what?
was gonna say something.
God damn it, Matt.
I know the approximate age of Brian and Eagle. How old are you?
37.
Okay, that's one of those. I have an idea of who some of you guys are gonna pick as answers based on your age. That's all I wanted to get out there.
Okay.
Because
I'm a year older, so I'm 38.
I'm a year
Okay,
younger
so-
than Joker.
So, Brad, we're going to be close on a couple of these. So, but we'll start with Ego, which I'm kind of surprised you do well with this one. But please elaborate.
It was only for one night, barely. We barely had time to celebrate it. It was immediately seemingly vacated. There was not enough time to celebrate. There was no title defense. I'm not saying he was terrible as it's just putting the belt on him then taking it away within 10, 15 minutes is irritating for someone that you're gonna go on a call champion. And I'm watching this in real time when it happened. I was excited as hell and it got taken away. So I'm like, why even celebrate it? I kind of blame management for it, but he's on the list because of that. It was such a botch in giving it to him, then immediately taking it away. I'm like, why is he even here?
He held it more than once, though.
But
there's no time like the first time. I'm saying it's the first time. I'm saying the first one.
Okay, so
I hate Rey Mysterio so much.
I'll go next. The big dog, Roman Reigns.
You're specifically saying big dog. Okay.
Yes. This was the reason right here you broke up the Shield. One of the best factions ever.
True.
Mm-hmm.
You broke up the Shield to push Roman Reigns. But unfortunately, you didn't do him any favors at all. You let Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, go off and be his own man. You let Seth Rollins go off and be his own guy. You kept Roman in Shield gear, and for his entrance theme, all you did was just remove Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta Shield. It's the same theme. So
that's a good one. So
the thinking was, oh, you like the Shield? Here he is. And one of the first promos he did in this persona here, he had just defeated the Undertaker at Mania. And on the first SmackDown, he comes up and cuts a promo, calls himself a dog, and said, "This is my yard now." Ouch. Too soon. No favors at all. Ryan, Edge.
I'm picking Edge, not because I hate Edge, but because I hated the beginning of the Rated R Superstar. It was literally probably some. Look, JV will understand. It was some of the worst ever in storytelling. I mean, they literally had Lita and Edge crawl around in the middle of the ring underneath the bed, and Lita was hot, but no.
Yeah,
it was extremely cheap gimmick. It was so bad that, quite frankly, it was offensive. Also, at the same time, behind the rings, Edge and Matt Hardy were Matt Hardy hopped the barrier and literally ran in, and the security had to control him. And of course, Adam Copeland was shouting things on camera, and the camera was in his face. He's like going, "You're washed up. You're a loser. Fuck you." It's like, oh, great. That's
too
great
real
television. Right. Yeah, so that's why I picked that.
Okay. Brad, The Miz.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're WWE champion, the jackass asshole from Real World.
Wow. That's very personal.
So let me just say right now, I like The Miz as a character. And I think The Miz as a character has some great work. But he is not the person you put the belt on. When we were talking about last week, what was it? The finishing moves. I talked about, certain criteria. There's certain criteria I think you have to be the WWE champion, to carry the belt. You have to have a persona. Miz to me is a comic character, which is fine. We need those characters in there. But he is not the one to be the standard bearer. You do not win the WWE championship with a Russian leg sweep. Thank you guys for shouting me out before. So, while The Miz is a great character, and he was great on commentary this week, and you know what? What he did as a tag champ with R-Truth is freaking fine because he knows his character. He knows what he can do. And his wife is fine as hell. And he seems, look, dude has a great family as far as I could tell. Awesome for him. He's made bank. But as a champion, this is not who you want as a WWE champion. Stick him with a 24/7, stick him with the tag belt as a comedic thing for a little bit. But this is not your standard bearer. And he didn't hold it that long, but you still should not have Comedy Man, The Miz, as your champion.
Okay.
It's not even comedy.
Matt.
He sucks. Sorry.
Okay. So the
So,
three-pointer
Matt,
is easy. The three-pointer is easy. Okay. The big dog Roman Reigns, like if you want to do a list like next week or the week after, the 5 worst pushes Vince ever gave to anyone, the big dog Roman Reigns is going to be on that list. Okay.
Okay.
Or if you would do another list, the 5 stupidest business decisions Vince ever made, big dog Roman Reigns is another on that list too. You know. So 3-pointer is easy. The 2-pointer, it's going to be The Miz, and you caught on something real big, but there's something real core into that. There's a bunch of guys that came up when The Miz first really came up that should have got better development and better pushes, but because Vince didn't do that, right, they became permanent mid-carders like The Miz, you know? And it's hard unless you do such a wild swing like when we went from Isaac Yankem to Kane, like a wild swing like that.
Yeah.
Like if The Miz would disappear for 3 months and came back as like, you know, an assassin, just garroting people in the ring and disappear and whatever, they could have saved him. Too late, gone.
Right.
So by the time he got into this title reign, you're right, he just wasn't either as a heel or a face. He had no gravitas to put heat on the belt or to put the face chase on the belt. You know.
I love
So
the word
right there.
gravitas.
Well, that's what it is.
That's a lovely word.
Wrestling is storytelling, and you inside Ryan, you know it's storytelling, and you know you gotta have
absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Gravitas
Now-
works so much on everything we watch now.
Yeah. Now the 1-pointer
And
this is
Okay.
tough. I mean, because I have to choose, I want to choose Edge, just because Mysterio, his character came back from that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Edge
All
needed a revamp. Like the Radar Superstar was was post Brood, right? It was Brood Edge and Radar.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
Brood.
Was
Totally.
there anyone between Brood and Radar? But then he had to do another switch to another after that to get back from the damage Radar did to him. You know what I mean? Plus, he had that the match with the Undertaker. That was I think that was part of the chain when he started to recover the character. You know that match, good match here with the Undertaker. But so there's your round. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next
All right.
round. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Gotta do it the old school way.
Locked.
Hold on.
By the way, is my sound good?
You're good.
Yeah, you're good. You're
You're
good.
good, man.
I am locked and loaded.
Ego, you ready?
I already got it up, unfortunately. Forgot what I was doing.
All right.
Yeah.
And reveal.
Interesting
Okay.
choices, gentlemen.
Mm.
Choices. All right. Ego, let's start with actually, Ryan, we will start with you.
All right. The reason I'm picking Rob Van Dam is because, again, he came from ECW. Then it was an alliance with WCW and then WWF and stuff like that. It was, hey, Rob Van Dam finally won the big one. I'm going to use that again later. Did anybody care? I mean, he beat
At that show. Yes.
I'm sorry. Vengeance Day 2006 against Edge. No, it was stupid. Come on, man, it was stupid.
I thought you were referring to no way out at the Hammerstein Ball.
No. It was it was look, I loved Rob Van Dam. He was good. but he wasn't a headliner. He didn't, he still got the thing, but quite frankly, and this is not a shot at JV, Kane at the WWE Hall of Fame in Tampa Bay at the Buccaneer Stadium was the headliner. Rob Van Dam was literally on the side. Nothing wrong with that. Still a legend inducted into the Hall of Fame. But Rob Van Dam was not something that was incredible later on.
Brad, Dean Ambrose.
So we've had Roman have a belt. We've had Seth have a belt. I guess we need to stick it on the last member of the Shield. So let's give it to Dean Ambrose, because that's what this was. And this is not a knock on Jon Moxley, because Jon Moxley is a fucking awesome wrestler. Dean Ambrose was wasted. And it was literally just like, let's give it to him, I guess, because we have a member of the Shield who hasn't had it yet. And the thing that really sticks to me about him being a champion was his interview with Stone Cold. I don't know if any of you guys saw that.
I have not.
I want you guys to go watch this interview, and you realize how much Dean Ambrose is checked out. And Stone Cold is trying to engage him to, like, Stone Cold's trying to put him over. He's like, Austin understands, like, this is part of the gimmick. It's part of who you are, right? Dean Ambrose was always sort of just like, he was like, you got the Three Stooges. Yeah.
Was this the interview right before he left?
Yes.
So
probably.
Okay, I remember the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Was he the Lunatic Fringe? He wasn't the Lunatic Fringe. It was only when he was a Shield he was a Lunatic Fringe. When he was on his own, he was worthless. It's literally like, we're going to give it to you because maybe once you stick around, we don't want to have the Shield gone yet. It seemed worthless, and his reign was. I had to go check the numbers. I guess it was 80 plus days he was champion, and that was it. It was.
Yeah.
He didn't need it. If anything, the man needed to get out of the company, and giving it to him kind of just, it diminished his character as Dean Ambrose, the character of Dean Ambrose, who was the Lunatic Fringe. He wasn't anymore. And it made John. It really shows you why Jon Moxley is a better character for him. So if he were to come back, I would fully support Jon Moxley having a belt. Dean Ambrose, never again.
No.
Okay, I'll go next because I want to hear this one uninterrupted. So Kane.
Oh,
Kane. I'm gonna go 09. This is early on in the PG era, so it is being laid on very thick. He is in a feud with Edge. He is the world heavyweight champion. He's carrying around big gold. And in this run, Edge had kidnapped Paul Bearer, and Kane would be in the ring doing a promo, and Edge would show up on the screen, where he's torturing Paul Bearer by throwing playground dodgeballs at him or throwing pizza slices at him. And Kane is in the ring getting all broken up and and this was goofy. This was stupid. This is another example of Vince doing top talent dirty as fuck. Is this run?
I agree with that, actually. Yeah, it was terrible.
Okay, now for the move that saved.
Hold on.
For the jackhammer that saved WCW for another 18 months. Bullshit. Let's hear this, son.
You better have a time frame to say this.
I'm saying that his build up to winning the championship was great. It's just that after the championship run, it kind of nosedived. And then they had to bring in Kevin Nash to beat him to end the streak and win the title off of him. By that time, it was Kevin Nash.
Ego, are you talking
What?
WCW?
Oh, I'm sorry. WCW Goldberg. I'm sorry. That's the only Goldberg I will recognize.
Okay.
I do not recognize. Yeah. I'm sorry. I should say which ones I'm talking about. I'm sorry. WCW Goldberg.
JB.
I'm sorry. His buildup
Is JV going to walk off?
Yeah, his undefeated streak buildup was fantastic. After he won the championship, it's like, okay, well, who he put in front of him now? He kind of cleared everyone out. He's not going to wrestle Sting at this point, so let's throw Kevin Nash against him. Jackhammer the shit out of him. Now he put the title on Kevin Nash, who's already in NWO, who was already.
Did he almost kill Kevin Nash with the jackhammer, or was that the Giant?
I think it was a giant. Yeah,
it was a giant.
He almost killed everybody with the jackhammer because he sucks.
I thought this is my moment. Let me put down Goldberg a little bit.
Stop dissing Jade.
It's just, you know what?
Jade Berg.
Stop dissing white chocolate Jade, okay? Couldn't resist.
You can say it. I can't.
In an alternate reality, Goldberg is Jade's father.
That's fair. That is fair.
Hashtag white chocolate.
No, I mean, on top of that, it's like, well, when you wrestle someone that's technical like Bret Hart, you're going to lose. I mean, no one can see you beating Bret Hart with how technical he is. So for me, it's like,
well, if you kill his head,
that's all I'm saying is it did save it for 18 months, and 18 months were fantastic. It's just by the time they gave him the championship, it's like, well, shit, we did an undefeated thing, and he's got to lose to get the strap. So it's like I guess that's a problem I had with WCW. Is like they'd wrote themselves into corners. The storyline build-ups were great, but then there's like this huge fall off afterwards. So for me, that's why I was like, Goldberg wasn't a great championship. A challenger, he was fantastic. He's one of the best challengers that I had seen in terms of what they were building on towards. But once you win it, you're like, what do we do with him now? That's all. That's why I have Goldberg on that list.
Okay. Matt, you're up.
This is kind of tough. There's no obvious like 3-pointer here. I'm gonna go with Dean Ambrose because again, Vince wasted the character basically. Just waste. Like it seems like every 3 years in Vince's era, we could think of some dude who just phenomenally wasted. You know, just had physical talent. You know, or whatever, and just whatever. You know. But anyway, I don't want to be labor to say the same thing over and over again, right? The 2-pointer. Okay, based on the reasons you guys said, and this is why I asked the age, because I wasn't sure anyone would remember like early WCW, you know. But okay, got to go with the Goldberg. But all the stuff that ruined Goldberg, we talked about last week. Goldberg, multiple guys offered to train Goldberg. Zabisco offered to train him. Someone else, I can't remember. The 3 or 4 guys behind the scenes said, "We'll train this guy. We'll do the job, but we'll train him so he can actually learn how to wrestle." Corporate Ted Turner sold WCW as part of the package, which he didn't want to do, and that took the power away from Bischoff. Goldberg became like a media star to the executives, and that gives us that. He's right. Eagle caught that one pretty good, you know. So, and the last 1-pointer, man. Again, Rob Van Dam's one of those guys that Vince just wasted. A lot of physical talent, was handsome and all, had the physical appeal. But maybe because the outsider thing with Vince doesn't like outsiders or whatever. You know, and that's how I'll go with the 1-pointer with that one. Because Kane had before and after been good. You know what I mean? Like that was but that Rob Van Dam is one of my 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. Right. And he went into WWF, right? And I knew that Vince was just gonna sabotage all those guys, all of them.
Yep.
Because we saw what they did to Taz and the Dudleys, you know, and and then, well, we know what happened, so I don't want to belabor it. It's amazing since the year 2000 how much money Vince put on the table that he just flushed.
Yeah.
Think
A
of this.
lot.
I just rewatched Wrestle Kingdom 10, which is arguably the greatest wrestling pay-per-view of all time. For those who haven't seen it, it's the one where Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles had what I consider the greatest wrestling match of all time. And from like 2015 to 2020, Vince had AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Shinsuke Nakamura, 3 of the 5 best wrestlers in the world at the time, and he wasted them. So there you go. Anyway,
But he had the big dog.
oh
I know,
yeah,
right?
yeah. The big dog.
All right, next round.
Let's do it.
I'm sorry, Ryan. You want to add to that?
Well, yeah. I was gonna say, who better than Canyon? Wasted.
Yeah, Canyon was
WCW, ECW, just wasted. So
Yeah.
Wait, who was Canyon again? I know the name. Who was Canyon?
Chris Canyon.
He was.
Oh,
He had the Mortal Kombat gimmick in WCW with like.
Yep.
What was he? I forgot his name though. WCW name.
Wasted. But I'm ready for the second to last round. Let's do it.
I'm locked.
All right.
Wait,
Locked.
the last round?
No, this
No,
is
the
round
third
3.
round.
Number 3.
Round 3.
Okay.
3 times. 3 times. Locked.
Ego, you ready? Ego, are you ready?
Are you
Yeah,
ready?
got it up.
Yeah, I'm ready. Hold on.
And reveal.
There it is.
Oh, double Damian Priest. Okay. We have WCW.
Oh, wow.
card. I'm going to go with, I will start this round. The mids. This is what happens when you put the belt on a mid-carder. A perennial mid-carder. Yes, he headlined WrestleMania 27. No one cared because everyone knew what WrestleMania 20 was just a preview of WrestleMania 28. You know how we know all this is because at WrestleMania 28, Miz went from the main event to the 10-man tag match. What's up, Jacob? To the 10-man tag.
Hey.
To the 10-man tag match where he is on Team Laurinaitis versus Team Teddy Long. One of the first matches of the entire event. That's how far down the card you fell. It was literally like, okay, we're gonna put the belt on you, cool. But just know, once you drop the belt, you're going back to the mid card, and you're not coming back up. So, absolutely one of the worst champions in WWE history. I'll let Ego go next because we got a dueling archer of infamy over here.
It first sounded like a big get to have Bret Hart, a huge name like that in WCW, but then it's kind of like what Ryan was saying about Dean Ambrose. It's like there was no soul in his eyes. I mean, I know he took the payday and he was there, but there was no soul behind it. He was rocking the jorts. I was used to him being in the unitard trunks. He looked sad, even I guess his character was supposed to be either somewhat dejected, but still capable of doing things. It looked like they didn't know what to do with him when they had him in there. I think they had to slap the belt on him when he beat Goldberg, which I understand. You beat Goldberg, but it's like, again, what else are you going to do with him? It sounded like a huge wasted opportunity, and the man just looked sad. And I guess this is coming off the Montreal Screwjob. Am I correct? Or sometime after?
Well, yeah, the Montreal Screwjob was the end of his time in WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, to go from that in your hometown, getting snaked by Vince and Sean, being on WCW, still kind of reeling from that, and then finding out WCW doesn't know what the hell to do with you.
And they don't play the Montreal Screwjob?
And they don't what?
They don't play the Montreal Screwjob.
They don't?
Not like they played Hall and Nash leaving. It was a perfect storyline.
Yep.
I guess. All I'm saying is by the time he got there was no soul in his eyes.
Medusa dropped the fucking belt in a trash can. Hall and Nash invaded. The screw job comes in and it's like, oh, Bret Hart. I'm arguing for Ego because I feel bad for Bret Hart.
Alrighty.
He like souls out of his eyes, man.
Okay. Ryan, I'll let you start with Damian Priest.
Yeah, youth before beauty.
I'm going to go with Damian Priest because, quite frankly, it looked like a job. It was something that I don't know. It's just not good. There's no words. Why is he champion? There's no reason for any of it. As we have talked about, period, he's a placeholder to do something later. How long is he a placeholder?
Till at least SummerSlam. All right, Brad.
Okay, Matt, I want you to take note that both Ryan and I have chosen the same person. And I want you to note, I am making an argument because this is what I do. Ryan, no disrespect, I completely agree with the choice of Damian Priest, but this is why I'm taking points from you on this round. I once heard a great man say,
wow.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Seriously.
This is my job. It's what I do professionally and somehow get paid for this. I once heard a great man say, you're putting, or I'm going to paraphrase a great man, said, you're putting a belt on a mid-carder. Who said that? Was it? Oh yeah. And also, I'm going to quote another great man from heel versus babyface. You're boring. You're boring. You're boring. Damian Priest is a boring placeholder. We all know he's a placeholder. Yeah, he does. Look, I'll give the dude credit for working that injury when he got effed up in the ropes because he understands how to work. I give him that. But you put the belt on this dude and he can't carry it? It is the weakest championship recently. I mean, at least Cody is winning hearts and smiles.
No, not Cody.
Hey, Cody makes kids happy. Who does Damian Priest make happy? No one. Nobody. Waiting. We are waiting. We are waiting for something. And I do think Damian Priest is going to go over on Seth freaking Rollins. I do. And I'd rather have Seth have the belt. But for some reason, I guess Triple H is giving the guy a little bit of respect for sticking around when he could have left. But yeah, Damian Priest is boring as hell. He's a mid-carder who should not be holding the belt. That is the argument.
Okay. Matt.
Okay. Normally double D's are a good thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So of the options here, that's the 3-pointer. So I don't know if you split the points or you both get 3, however Joker wants to figure it out. Okay.
They both
get
3.
And you both have great reasons, but I'll give you one more little thing just for the audience, right? When you have a belt, you want to do one or two things with it. We talked about gravitas before. You either want a heel who puts heel heat on it, or you want to face who they chase. A heel heat or a face chase, right? What is Damian Priest doing? He's like a turnip growing in the ring. Now, look at the waste of AJ Styles with this feud with Cody. AJ knows how to heal it up. You want to put heat on that belt that we said? Let AJ go full OC, Bullet Club style, start murdering people in the ring, drop them in whatever, and just give us 3 months of heel heat on that belt. Something intelligent like that. The Judgment Day is supposed to be a heel faction, right, guys? Am I wrong?
And it doesn't help when the most popular member of your faction both times is the women's world champion, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
Or even if you're going to put that faction, you want heat. Everyone hated Dom until recently, right? give it to Dom and
Okay.
let people boo him in the ring.
Oh, they still hate Dom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not now he's a comedy actor. They don't hate him anymore. He's not a comedy.
No, it's comedy
Yeah.
hate. You're right about that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Anyway.
2-pointer.
oh, that's the Miz. That's gonna be. There's no way around that.
I'll take what I can get.
And I like the Miz. I think he's a good performer in the ring. I think he's a safe worker, which doesn't get enough credit. Guys who are safe workers,
Right?
But like I said before, when Brian got him, waste of a career because of the mess up with Joey Push.
And Triple H put Gunther in a program with the Miz specifically so Gunther would improve on his mic skills.
Yeah.
Because you have to be well. Because you have to do well on the mic against the Miz.
True.
That's where Mrs. Talent is.
Yeah.
Okay, that has nothing to do with what's actually being ranked right now.
That's gotta be
understand.
another one. We're doing that another one. Best 5 mic works. I like that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well,
we could.
JV will hate
do
it
that.
because The Rock wins.
No, he does.
We're
no, he
pushing
does not.
for the.
You do.
I'm going to pick 1 to 5 The Rock.
Wait, I got suggestions for you guys. Do the greatest
Yeah,
promos of all
Corporate
time.
Rock, Rocky My
Right.
Life.
I'm going to
Back-
give dates. Give dates.
Back to this.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So wait, did Ryan and I both get 3?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I'm just keeping track.
Okay, your next one. Second.
Did
to last.
Eagle get 1 off that?
Yes, he did.
I got 2.
Okay.
One, I got 2.
No, you
No,
got
you got
1.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Are we ready?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Lock.
Shut up.
Lock it in.
Lock.
Okay.
Locked and
Okay.
loaded.
Ego, you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm ready.
Chevron 7 is locked.
And reveal. Yeah, Brad. There we go.
That's fair. I was thinking of him too.
Hoo-hoo. Ego.
Yes.
Damn.
Oh my God, I forgot about David Arquette.
That is the name.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
That's
my-
hilarious.
that name. I've been looking for that now. I was like, as I knew that.
Okay.
Oh my
I
God.
know you threw
Yeah.
over from him. I wasn't for Eagle.
Left eye. Left eye. Begin, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. All I'm saying. It was David Arquette. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Now, I heard that he did really great in-ring training, was fantastic. But I think this whole, it's weird to me that it's almost like Logan Paul winning the U.S. Championship. To me, it seems the same. Someone that honestly seemingly has no business winning any kind of championship, let alone being in the ring, getting the top prize in WCW. I know it was for one night only, and there was trickeration because he pinned Bischoff in was it a tag match with Diamond Dallas Page? I'm trying to remember. But he pinned Bischoff to win the championship. He has it for all of 12 days. It's just a wild thing that of all the people that were in at WCW about this time, between Lex Luger, Sting, I think Bret Hart still might have been there. You had Goldberg, you had Nash. And you're like, no, fuck it. Let's just give it to David Arquette, Doofy, pretty much from Scream. I'm just like, this is it's a terrible idea. It's a fun fan moment, but it's just a disservice to me, to all the actual professional wrestlers that were there. And just
Okay.
is David Arquette WCW championship?
Hold on, real quick.
To say,
Ego.
yes, sir.
Name the movie he was in. You have 3 seconds.
I got it.
Ready to rumble.
2. You got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
thank you, sir.
Okay.
Good job.
Mr. Ryan. Mr. Y2J.
What championship run?
Because it was the Wait, which one?
Oh,
What are you talking
I
about?
think I know. Which title run are you specifically referring to, or just in general as a champion?
Is the Undisputed Championship?
Oh, that one.
Against-
Gee, shocking. Shocking. I wonder why you didn't like that one.
You mean he beat The Rock
And
then
Stone Cold.
beats in Stone Cold, which you're a fan of? Are you not?
Honestly, again, I didn't care.
Yeah, you did.
But go on.
Your face said you care.
Go on, please. Go on.
All right. So Y2J have never beaten and getting the big one. It was done against The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the biggest names in the industry. I know why it was done behind the scenes because, quite frankly, it's sports entertainment, but it was projected as, oh my God, Y2J was the best. Y2J was the best in previous iterations. No. It was also hold on, reciprocated by your favorite friend Vince McMahon.
Okay.
Okay.
JV.
So,
Wouldn't that make him like a great champion because he beat The Rock and Stone Cold? Regardless of what was happening behind the scenes.
I mean, it was kind of the new monstrous screw job, but
Okay, I see. Gotcha.
JV hates Vince, so I don't know why he's supporting this. Oh, it's The Rock.
oh, okay, whatever. Okay, I'll go next, and then I'll let Brad go last.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jinder Mahal. As I said last round, that's what you get when you put the belt on a perennial mid-carder. This is what happens when you put the belt on a jobber. You get Jinder fucking the Mahal. The only reason they put a belt on Jinder was because they wanted to tap into the East Indian, the market. They had one pay-per-view out there in India, and they couldn't sell it out. It was a financial failure. So soon after that, Jinder quickly lost the belt and went back to being a jobber. Brad, you're up.
Okay. So first off, I would like to state, as a professional arguer for a living, you acknowledge when someone makes a positive argument. I will not accept 3 points. Matt, 3 points should go to LeftEyeEgo in this instance.
Thank you, guys.
This is how you argue. I agree with Matt. I'm sorry. I agree with Ryan that the Chris Jericho was not properly done because Chris Jericho fell by the wayside next to Stephanie McMahon. And I also agree with Joker for everything he said. Mid-carder, jobber, East Indian. That's right. Because Vince McMahon only cared about race. Because we know who Vince McMahon is. We definitely know who Vince McMahon is. But the thing the Joker did not mention in his argument, okay,
go on.
We had an actual Indian person from India. Jinder Mahal is of Indian descent, but he is Canadian. Sir, you did not mention this in your argument, which is why your argument fails, sir, which is why I'm going to take these 2 points from you. If you're going to argue for an Indian champion, then you argue for Great Khali, who was a WWE champion, who I actually had as my number 3 on this list until I called the audible because Damian Priest is so fucking boring. But I don't want to be a racist and name 2 Indian people on my list. But I named Jinder Mahal because of such fucking tokenism that he couldn't even choose a person from India because Vince McMahon is a scuzzy son of a bitch.
Damn.
I rest my case.
Holy shit.
Matt?
All the 3 pointers.
This is how you argue.
The 3-pointer is an excellent closing argument from the baluster over there. The 3-pointer is easy, however. Although I want to point out, in David Arquette's defense, he was against that decision in WCW. And he just retired, I think, about 2 years ago. He did also earlier with AEW. Over the years, he's become a good wrestler. He's a wrestling fan.
Yes,
I think he owns a promotion now. So but he was against that decision. Anyway,
That's fair.
the 2-pointer, double J's would be even better than double D's, although he might get suffocated. But then there's your 2-pointer right there. And I feel bad for the Maharaja, only in the sense that we laugh at him now and whatever. The guy was just doing what he was told, earning his money from Vince. It's,
Yep.
I mean, there are some people you guys have brought up, like, that really should have done more of their own work, intelligent, like to get the careers pushed better or whatever, or actually learned how to wrestle in one guy's case. That but that's your 2-pointer, and I guess the 1 point goes to Jericho.
Yeah. All right. So going into the last round, Brad.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Brad has 10 points. Ryan and Ego are tied with 6. And I have 7.
To build up suspense, given that many people consider the David Arquette the worst possible champion of all time, who could Ego possibly pick as worse than that? Put all the audience listening.
Honestly,
I haven't.
Yeah.
I have an honorable.
I will be surprised.
mention.
I have someone. I am locked.
I'm locked.
I was locked earlier today, and I will be.
Okay.
I'm really interested to see how many agree with me.
Ready to go? Let's do it.
But
Let's do it.
before we go, does anyone have an
Hold on.
honorable mention?
Well, my honorable mention would have been the Great Khali, because
Okay.
I had him on my list
My
until I replaced him.
My honorable mention was Sid Justice, WrestleMania, being challenged by The Undertaker, shits himself.
I thought about Sid Justice too.
Honorable mention would have been
Anyone else?
Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Nope.
Okay. Ryan? None?
Nope.
Any? Okay. For our final one, reveal.
Shit.
Brad, there you go, buddy.
Thank you all
And
for
Ryan.
affirming my
Whoa.
belief in this and this panel.
Yeah.
Shit.
3s all across the board.
Bang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to
Here
call
we go.
are you all thinking of the same championship reign? Just
Okay, here is my
He only had
stop.
one.
Don't do that. 12
No.
days, right?
November 16th, 1999. This is the only instance that I went from Attitude and Ruthless Aggression era. This is the only instance that I went with in that era, because this was so egregious. This was on a Thursday night SmackDown, because SmackDown used to be on Thursday.
Yep.
Vince McMahon,
Oh my God, that's right.
as the babyface, pins Triple H for the WWE Championship. Monday on Raw, he vacates the title, setting up a 6-pack championship match, which I believe the pay-per-view was Judgment Day. It was that weekend where the title was won by Triple H. So you want to belt
Oh.
to take it off of Triple H for 10 days. Gee, I'm so glad they never tried doing that. I'm so glad they never tried doing that again. If you know, you know.
Mhm.
Anyone else have anything to add?
Oh, I have something.
I have
It's
words
like-
as well.
Oh no. Oh wait. It was like the birth of the McMahon Helmsley regime, which
Mhm.
was one of the biggest stipulations, one of the biggest storylines of the Attitude Era. Huge for years. It was something for years. I mean, we all agree on this one. So it's like,
Yeah.
are we really making points at this?
No one's making point that no
Not
one's winning
really.
points off this round.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees.
it's a
That-
new
Yeah.
Just to point out certain things about it, because I really would be surprised if, like I say, if we did not all agree, I think we'd have to kick someone off this panel.
Well, I'm curious if
Fair.
any of you would have brought up the ECW championship. Remember in WWECW, Vince got the belt for like an hour.
Oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this is just smacks of Vince McMahon ego for no purpose. I
That's
mean,
fair.
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean, look, everyone knew that Vince had come out at this point and was like, I own the company. Kayfabe was broken. We're done with this. We're not like, I'm the commentator.
Real quick, it's kayfabe. It's not
Is it kayfabe? Sorry.
No, it's called kayfabe.
I'm sorry.
Right, it's kayfabe.
You're
Like in the
fine.
90s, I liked the Vince McMahon villain character in the 90s a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But
As a baby, but as a
But
baby,
there's no reason.
As a
No,
baby
no.
face,
He should have always been the bad guy in the sense of, because that's what the fans want.
Yeah.
They want, oh my God, they want the Trump. They want the guy going up against his establishment. They want the guy who's like, I don't like this government. I want the guy who challenges the government. The government is fighting against me. I love this guy, but the government says no. That's what Vince was. That's why Vince, for all his fucking faults, and we know there's numerous of them, but him as a character and what he did back then, the storyline, it was awesome because it drew the people in. It said, everyone hates their boss. I hate my boss. So Stone Cold, like, I just want to win the belt. I just want to be a champion. I'm not going to let you win this belt. I'm going to walk down there with this weird little walk down there. I won't let you win my belt. All right. This is my belt. I'm picking The Rock. I'm picking this guy. And then Stone Cold goes over and he wins. He's like, he's beat the establishment. He's beat the boss. And that's why everyone loved it. And when Vince comes in, it's like, the belt is mine. I'm like, oh, why?
It's gross.
Why?
Yeah.
It doesn't even make you hint. It's like, why would I hate Vince more than I've already hated him? This is stupid.
You
Exactly.
remember? You mentioned the walk. You guys remember when Vince walked in and blew out both legs and had a
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like,
and he's yelling at God. They're yelling at them while sitting on the ground.
But you have to say this though. Vince is still trying to run the show. Like both quads are blown out. It's like, do this.
Yeah.
which I'm just gonna say in this. Well done, guys. Well done. That we all agree that the worst champion, Vince McMahon. Props, guys. Props. That definitely deserves
that does.
an applause.
Vince is so much to
Here you
love
go.
about him and hate about him.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, Vince is actually he's a very complicated figure.
Burning hell.
It's like the art, hate the artist attitude.
I don't think it's. I mean, for me, it's just more like I have an ego, but I'm self-aware. It's like if you are the guy running the show, you shouldn't be involved in the show. I know how people talk about Me Too and like you abuse your power and you had position power over me. And like, this one time where I could actually see it's like, bro, you told an underling to eat the pin so you could have the championship belt, and that's like, how are you going to tell him no? It's your boss. I can understand if he was like, well, hey, you're going to lose a championship to someone, so that can create an argument. But it's like you literally went to like a subordinate, said, I'm taking your title, and you really can't do anything about it because you're on a contract.
No,
And
the non-wrestler is taking the title.
But non-wrestler, that was the commentator that decided to jump in and do this, takes the belt, decides like, I don't want this no more, drops it off. Oh, you can have it back. Like it just reeks of like you being incredibly egotistical and narcissistic when you had one of the biggest companies. You really didn't have any competition at that point because you bought up your competition, or you integrated enough to people you could bring in from ECW and WCW on your show, and yet you decide that you're the most important thing for the show. Now, I will say that if Vince were actually a wrestler, he would have been one of the greatest heels of all time. But for someone that runs a company, you should be hands off.
No, Vince
Unless
is still one of the greatest heels of all time.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, wrestling. I'm sorry, wrestling and on the mic heel. But I get what you mean.
Vince did wrestle, by the way.
Yeah,
I know, but
But
his dad
fairly
didn't want
decent
to,
in the
right?
ring. Yeah.
All
I
right,
mean,
we need to wrap it up.
Let's
all
let's
right.
go.
Ego, what do you got coming up?
I believe I've got a stream on Sunday for a comic book artist whose work is going to be dropping soon. If it's not already out, check that out. Also be doing some more of the Comic Palooza interviews that I did. That'll be out next week as well. And not this Sunday, but the next Sunday, my wife and I will be doing another Ordinary Games with a brand new intro. So check that out.
Awesome. Nice. Matt.
Joker and I will be on Roman's show on Thursday. We're going over the Crapalite episode 5.
Yes.
Brought to us by Disney Minus. I have my Friday stream, Friday Pandemonium. I will be talking actually about some Vince McMahon stuff. Now you got to remind me. I'll be doing some wrestling on it, so if anyone wants to catch it. Well, I won't actually be wrestling on it. I cannot do that anymore. But I have my reviews for Sharp season 4 episode 1, for Hornblower episode 1. Both should be out this week, and then that's kind of about it.
All right, Brad.
I just uploaded a few hours ago my review of the final Dr. Shooty episode for the season of Shooty cosplaying Doctor Who. I am in the process of editing my Acolyte review from the show last night. Tuesday night came out better than we've seen, but still the Acolyte. Tomorrow night, I will be joining Static 2020 and the crew on our weekend pregame channel to commentate on a certain thing happening where 2 almost 80-plus-year-old men are going to argue about running our country. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that. I'll show up here next week. And then, I don't have any Doctor Who to talk about. Oh, well, I guess I'll go back and start watching Discovery and watch DS9 and talk about that shit.
Why?
There you go.
Go back and watch Real Doctor.
Oh no. Watching DS9 is a pleasure.
Oh, yeah. DS9.
Way better.
Discovery is a torture. I'm a masochist.
Mr. Ryan.
Tomorrow night, Thursday night, is going to be Legion Cast. That's right. If Tim Pool can do it, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers can do it, I'll do it too. We're going to be watching the debate, and it's going to be funny. Guarantee it's going to be funny. Other than that, quite frankly, nobody cares because, quite frankly, it streams mostly on my channel. The man next to me gets the last say, so you do what you do.
Okay, first off, thoughts and prayers go out to the Anoa'i family as the father of Roman Reigns, one half of the Wild Samoans, Sika, has passed away. He was 79 years old. Yeah. So you can catch Matt and I tomorrow with Roman of the Empire talking about episode 5 of the Crapalite. You can catch me and this guy on the Monday talking episode 3 of season 2 of House of the Dragon. And always back here for Wednesday night is Overbooked. Chat, you were great. Next week, top 5 best WWE champions. And until then,
I'm all about that.
This is a group band.
It's scheduled for 1 fall. On the way to the ring, from Miami, Florida, weighing 275 pounds, the People's Champion,